Hello, friends. I'm jumping on here in the wee hours of the morning as I edit to give you an intro to this video. In this episode, we are going to see our journey to Vegas, beautiful desert, and I will give a comparison of MyFitnessPal, which is a free app, and Noom that I'm currently using in my journey. So sit back and relax and let's have a good time. Say hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
And there's my daughter, Kara, and my grandson back there, Charlie. Can you say hi, Char? You can't. You're Char Rife. You're Charlie Rife. Okay. Next week, hopefully, we will see some more weight loss, but this week, I have to tell you that I have been pretty much roller coastering up and down a couple of pounds back and forth, and I think some of it has to do with some hormone things that are going on. Is that a polite enough way to say? I had my monthly visitor. So I still ate really well throughout this whole week. I didn't get discouraged or give up, even though the scale was showing up and down. I just maintained what I've been doing, and I actually did even better because I didn't have any kind of sugar, sweet types of things, like no desserts or cakes or candies or anything like that. I did have carbs and stuff, but it's not a diet plan that I'm on. I'm just eating healthy, right? And in the past, that's let me lose weight. This week, it did not. I did notice a month ago that I had a similar kind of response. So I am believing that this next week, because I've maintained eating so well and making good choices, that I'm going to see pounds start to come off next week when my hormone levels are a little bit more normal. The secret is to not get disappointed and discouraged when you don't see pounds being shed, but you just maintain and persevere. I do weigh every day, and I think I'm getting more comfortable with the scale. At first, it is an emotional roller coaster until I'm 2 months into it now, and the numbers on the scale are not dictating my happiness or my feeling of success or not, because I still feel very successful this week. Even though the numbers haven't really gone down, I'm pretty much exactly where I was a week ago. So even though there hasn't been a downward direction for those numbers, I feel successful, and I feel like I've done a good job, and I'm proud of myself. And I think it's taken me, these 2 months that I've been doing this to finally get to this place, because I know I'm doing the right thing, and it doesn't matter what the scale says. I think in the past I've tried to weigh in just like once a month or once a week. And if you happen to have an up day, then that's very discouraging, and you feel like your whole week is worthless. But when you do it daily, it does inform you, and it helps you to see, like, there's been days when I ate something more salty, and then the next day I could tell that my weight didn't go down because of that. And also I'm analyzing, because of my monthly visitor, that is part of the process too. So just some encouragement that even if you don't see immediate success in numbers, to not let that be the only metric by which you measure success. So I'm feeling very successful. People are starting to tell me that I'm looking good, that see me on a regular basis. I'm gonna stop for a second now, and then next time I pop on here, I'll do a little comparison of Noom and Fitbit. have a good stretch of highway here that I think I can tackle the whole Noom versus MyFitnessPal. So the main difference is with Noom, it is more of an educational thing. They have coaching available. You can join like support groups, and there's lessons that you go over with Noom, and it's really talking about the psychology of changing the way you think about food, or some tricks and some hints to help you change your eating for it being a lifestyle. MyFitnessPal doesn't really have the educational side of it, but it does have the food logging and the calorie tracking portion of it. And both apps will give you what your goals should be. Noom for me, in January, there were some deals and stuff. You know how everybody's starting a diet in January, so they ask you if you commit for the whole thing and if you pay all at once and all this. It was going to be $18 a month for me, but I had to pay all at once for 10 months. They had suggested that it would take 10 months for me to hit the goal that I was trying to hit. So that was $180. Well, MyFitnessPal has a premium version where you can access some more features like exercises and like videos and stuff like that. And that's only $9.99 a month, or something like $50 for the year. So I will put links for MyFitnessPal and Noom down below. And really, it is just up to you. If you need a little bit more coaching and a little bit more education, Noom has been really good, and it's changed the way that I've thought about stuff. Noom classifies foods into red, yellow, and green based on its caloric density. So what that means is, like, food that has more water is not as dense. So things like all vegetables and fruits and stuff are pretty high in water. Those are green foods, so you can eat a ton of those. Then the yellow foods are things you can have in moderation, like chicken and, not real fatty meats or really rich things like whole grains and stuff like that. And then the red foods are your sugars and your red meats. And so the red foods are not off limit. They give you kind of an analytic for the day to say how many of each category you should try to target. I'm assuming that when I completely plateau, that I might have to follow their suggestions a little bit more to have less calorically dense food. Is that a word? Calorically dense food. I might have to dig into that a little bit. I know I'm going to have to dig into some exercise here at some point too. But for right now, I've just been using the calorie counter and using the lesson. Both of them have good food tracking programs. They both have a good database. They both have a barcode thing, so you can just scan your packages that you have sitting in your fridge or freezer or on your pantry shelves. You can log that stuff, and it has the correct information, so you can just say if you're doing one serving or however you're doing it. I don't know if that helps. At least it gives you some information. I found an article that was very informative for me about the differences. So I will also put that in the link below so that you can kind of do the research yourself if you are wanting a tracker. One of the things Noom taught me was to weigh every day, to track all of my meals, and to definitely start off eating breakfast, and that no foods are off limits. You just have to try to limit how much of the naughty stuff, and that's even a label that we've put on that's not even accurate, but the stuff that in the past I've considered naughty that I shouldn't, have a billion chocolate chip cookies, but one chocolate chip cookie is going to be okay, but that's going to be one of my red foods, and it's going to eat up the red calorie allowance for the day. Again, I haven't done that so much, but I probably will be getting into that a little bit more. Okay, hope that was helpful. I know it's a little bit confusing, but I think if you want to just go on this journey with me and figure out what your caloric intake should be and you just want to start there nice and slow and easy with me, I think MyFitnessPal would be fine. And then if you want some more of the educational parts and coaching and group environment, then Noom is good too. So both of them I think are great apps, and it just depends on where you are in your journey. Okay, she has an ice cream cone. He has an ice cream cone. And I have my bubba. I can do this. Yeah. What do you have? You have a phone? Did you take a picture? It's a picture of us while we're in the car. Yes.
Clouds right there.
Oh, clouds right there. And you know what? A house right there? Oh. Oh, three bugs right there? Okay, we're almost getting ready to cross over into Nevada, so I'm going to end out this week's vlog, and just remember to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that cool verse in Romans, and be encouraged. We can do this, and you have success, even if the scale doesn't say it, just by knowing that we're making this an effort and we're changing lifestyles and we're going to be healthier. That is success as well. So I'm looking forward to, again, more of the journey. I realized too this week as I was editing and I was doing life is transformation, that it's lit. So I'm like, hey, we can be lit together. Yes, I'm corny. So let's be lit and let's transform. Amen. All right. Peace out. My daughter, the cool police, just informed me that you don't.
Not the cool place, because it's not cool in general.
It's not cool in general. So you don't get lit. Something is lit. So I'm lit. Is that better? No, I don't